This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Yes, we are broadcasting from Washington, D.C., bringing you special coverage of today's inauguration as hundreds of thousands gather here in the Capitol. As many as 800,000 people are expected to attend the celebration, smaller than nearly 2 million people who crammed into Washington to witness the 2009 inauguration, but still the largest second inauguration in history. The first, by the way, 4 years ago, was the largest event ever to take place in Washington, D.C. After our regular program ends, we'll continue to bring you coverage until 1 p.m. Eastern Time, including the swearing-in ceremony. This year, the inauguration also comes on January 21st, the federal holiday in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Later in our special coverage, we'll air excerpts of some of Dr. King's less often heard speeches, but now we return to some of the voices from the Peace Ball last night, voices of hope and resistance at the arena stage of the Meade Center for American Theater, a cultural center here in Washington. This is the renowned author, educator, political activist Angela Davis, who spoke last night, founder of the group Critical Resistance, a grassroots effort to end the prison industrial complex. Davis voiced her support for President Obama, but said much work needs to be done.
Let me say that this time around, we cannot subordinate our aspirations and our hopes to presidential agendas. Our passionate support for President Barack Obama, and it's wonderful that we can say for the second time, President Barack Obama. And we support him, and we are passionate about that support. But that support should also be expressed in our determination to raise issues that have been largely ignored or not appropriately addressed by the administration. And let me say that we are aware that we should be celebrating, critically celebrating, the 150th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. There should be massive celebrations this year. What has happened other than the film Lincoln? And of course, with 2.5 million people behind bars today, the prison system, the immigrant detention system are terrible remainders and reminders of slavery. Mass incarceration has devastated our communities. It is a false solution to problems that have persisted since the era of slavery. We should be addressing the state of our schools, the continuing crisis of over-incarceration, over-punishment. We should be addressing the part played by private prison corporations in pushing for repressive legislation designed to incarcerate ever-increasing numbers of immigrants. Last year, some 500,000, 500,000 immigrants were detained. And that, of course, is the largest number ever. The past still haunts us. Its ghosts ride the echoes of our lives. To overcome poverty, to overcome racism, we must also overcome xenophobia, homophobia. Justice for African Americans is organically linked to justice for Palestinians. The struggle goes on, a luta continua, and as June Jordan said, we are the ones we have been waiting for. Thank you.
The renowned author, educator, founder of the Critical Resistance movement, Angela Davis, speaking at the Peace Ball Voices of Hope and Resistance Sunday. Thanks so much for watching this report from Democracy Now!, your daily independent global news hour. We don't accept advertising or corporate funding, but rather rely on donations from viewers like you. Please make your contribution by visiting democracynow.org. We need your support today to keep bringing you this hard-hitting, in-depth reporting.